Okay, that is so weird, actually. The Shedinja doesn't have max HP. A Shedinja with more than max HP. Wait. YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team, and this team, oh boy, it's evil, but it was one of the strongest rain teams in the March International Challenge. Kyogre, Kingdra, Shedinja. Oh boy, Shedinja with the focus sash, ally switch indoor. Life Orb Kingdra making a comeback. It actually did pretty well in this IC, and if you do want to check out the details of the team, the creator, I'll link it down below in the description. You make sure to grab the rental code on your screen. It is available. But if you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. Alright, so let's get started and play some games. This is not exactly a team matchup I would like to see with this team. We have Kyurem White, Ditto, Whimsicott, Amoonguss, Kyogre, and Regieleki. Now, if you can't tell, the matchup wise, Kyurem White, if it has freeze dry, is already going to be annoying because A, it changes the weather, and B, I have focus sash on my Shedinja, so that's not exactly going to work out that well. It also has the ability Turbo Blaze, which also means I can't even switch into Shedinja because it has a mold breaker ability that bypasses the shadow tag. So that is not amazing here at all. I think I'm probably gonna have to lead. This is tough because I feel like it's a mind game right here. I think I have to bring Eleki, and I think I have to bring Indeedee, or maybe it's like I bring Kingdra, and maybe it's Kingdra lead. It might be Kingdra lead here actually. Yeah, I think I go Kingdra lead here. Do I bring Shed? If I bring Shed, it depends on what kind of Regieleki that is, because if it has Assurance or Bounce, then that's gonna suck. I'm kind of lost here. I definitely have to bring Zosh in the back. The question is, do I bring Shed or do I bring Ogre? Because Ogre only sets up Weather, and it's like not even good against my opponent's team. I think I have to bring Shed. You know what? Let's try this out. Because I don't think I can bring Ogre because Water Spout does no damage to their team. It realistically does no damage to their team. So let's try this out here. And we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking like it's going to be a mind game between Whimsicott plus Kyogre lead, or predicting the Zacian lead, or a Whimsicott Kyurem lead. We're going to see the Kyurem lead, it looks like. Okay. So I could have led the big... I could have led Zacian instead. That's still okay though. Let's find out what they decide to do. Turbo Blaze activates. Psychic Surge going to come out. I don't know if they have freeze dry. Max Dragon with the Psychic Seed. I think Indeedee survives one hit at least. I don't know if they Hailstorm immediately here. I could see it. I don't want to. This is tough. I think I follow me here, and I think I drag again. I am physical on my Kingdra here, which even I didn't know about. I think I Icy Wind here actually immediately. Yeah, I'm gonna Icy Wind. It breaks the sash on the Whimsicott. If it's a Jags button Whimsicott, that's actually really awkward now that I think about it. If it's a Jags button Whimsicott, I'm so worried if... Oh, geez. Because they could swap in a Ditto. Here I'm going to come out Dynamaxing. Oh, I guess the problem with Max Dragon is I didn't realize we were physical Kingdra. This is concerning. Because physical Kingdra is going to get affected by Max Whirlwinds here. Helping Hand here. Okay. Into follow me from the Indeedee, and a Icy Wind coming out into bow for speed control. Okay, so Kyurem gets hit, the Whimsicott gets hit. Please don't be a Jax button, because if you're a Jax button, it screws up quite a bit here. No Jax button. Okay, they max Quake. Oh, they don't know I'm physical, thankfully. I mean, Kingdra usually assume it's going to be special. And that actually does like no damage to the Indeedee. Wow. Okay. That's a really nice turn here. Okay. Next question. What am I going for this time around? I think I Airstream now, actually. Yeah, I think I set up an Airstream now, and I think I follow me. Or do I think I Airstream for sure. Yeah, I do want to Airstream here. I want some speed. I don't think Icy Wind's worth it because I think now I have to play aggressive here, get some big important damage, I think, into the Whimsicott, eliminate it. If they bring out the Ditto, I'm not that worried now that I think about it, because if they bring out Ditto, they have Outrage, which is not dealing that much to my Kingdra. It doesn't pick up the knockout on the Kingdra, at least. Should be Tailwind. Follow me gonna come out? Should be Tailwind. Unless they help me hand again for some reason. Yeah, okay. It's always Tailwind here. Perfect. I could have Icy Winded again, although the thing is I don't want Kyurem to switch out next turn. Yeah, they do go for the Max Dragon here, which is perfectly fine. They target down my NDD slot. Okay, this is ideal. Because I'm able to get an Airstream up into the Whimsicott. The Kyurem is at -1 speed. I don't think my Kingdra outspeeds the Kyurem. I mean, it's going to depend a lot. Okay, we do get the Airstream KO onto the Whims. If they bring out the Ditto, it's a really confusing spot for them, I think. Oh, we're going to go out hard in Zacian here. If they bring out Ditto, it's perfect. If they bring out Ditto, it's actually perfect. Let's find out if they do, though, because that is going to be a concern right here. If they bring out the Ditto, I'm in a good spot or in a 50-50 position. 50-50 as in who the Kyurem targets. Gonna be the Ditto. Yep. Okay, perfect. So they transform into my -1 Kingdra right here. It's really weird to say that because I've never used physical before. All right, perfect. The sword activates. I want an Airstream boost. Actually, am I faster than Kyurem? Because it's like what? Kyurem hits like 161, I want to say. Like 161, then it's like 0.67. I'm not a faster Zacian though. Yeah, I don't think I outspeed. I think like I underspeeded by a little bit. All right, let's go for the Airstream then and protect. I have to gamble here. It's like what read do I want to commit to? Is it going to be a double up in the Kingdra, or are they going to like they can't really double up in the Kingdra. It's a weird spot to be in because their Ditto doesn't accomplish much here. I think Ditto actually wants to swap out, ironically. But the thing is that they swap out the Kingdra, they bring in Kyogre, which means I get Swift Swim and guarantee the Airstream, which is actually kind of huge. We protect our Zacian as we are going to see an Outrage, and they land into Kingdra. Okay. Oh, I am faster than Kyurem. Oh, I could have just Behemoth Bladed. Is my math off, or is this like max speed Kingdra and maybe their modest Kyurem? Okay. That's still pretty good for me. Did they Dragon here? The Dragon's what I'm interested in. Oh, they Quaked. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay. Nice. Zacian going quite a bit down right here, but yeah, this is perfect now. I can go for a Max Dragon into their... what do I want to go for, actually? I don't know if Max Dragon KOs to Kyurem, because if I can, I'd go for the Max Dragon. Oh, wait, no, they're locked in. They're locked into Outrage here. Yeah, we're fine. Do I want to risk Kingdra? Kingdra, I mean, I don't have to, right? I can just Behemoth Blade the Kyurem and I go hard into my Shedinja, right? I don't think I ever risk Kingdra if I don't have to. So let's just retreat, because it should be like, well, it's locked into Outrage. I don't know if it's Choice Scarf locked into Outrage. I think it should be, but we're going to go out into our Shedinja right here. They retreat the Kyurem. Okay. Amoonguss as the last Pokemon. It's not Kyogre. Huh. This is really ideal here now. They're confused. Behemoth Blade comes out into Amoonguss. Okay, this is really good. This is really good. Okay. Here's some big damage to the Amoonguss. Almost a knockout. Nice. That's a berry. Okay. Which kind of stinks for me because I can't go for Poltergeist now against it, I suppose. We're going to go for a Behemoth Blade into the... I think we Behemoth Blade... I want to say it's Behemoth Blade the Ditto slot, and I think we go for a Poltergeist also into the Ditto slot. Because I'm trying to think of, like, if they switch out Ditto and Kyurem, I force that swap... I think it's fine. Let's just go for it. I think my instinct is correct here because I think they have to swap out the Kingdra. I just don't know if they protect Amoonguss this turn. If they protect Amoonguss, it's okay. I don't think it's that bad. If they go hard for the Spore, I guess it could get a little bit tricky. But yeah, okay. Perfect. I guess Poltergeist couldn't... I don't think Poltergeist knocks out Kyurem, though. So I get the best of both worlds here. I'm able to get a Behemoth Blade off into the Kyurem, which is going to be able to pick up the knockout here. And yeah, now I can focus down the Amoonguss with Behemoth Blade, and I should be able to win the game at this point. So that's really good. As I go for the Poltergeist and fail, Tailwind peters out. Psychic Terrain actually disappears at the perfect timing because I can go for that Behemoth Blade into the Amoonguss slot, and I can go for a... just to protect. Yeah, and you know what's actually funny about Ditto? Even if I didn't have, like, for instance, if I lost Shedinja and I lost Kingdra, I just have to stall out the power points if it's Scarf, and it struggles itself. Okay, that is so weird, actually. The Shedinja doesn't have max HP. A Shedinja with more than max HP. Wait, does that actually change calcs now that I think about it? I think it does, because that Shedinja actually has kind of a lot of HP. We go hard to Kingdra, though. And Behemoth Blade. It's so weird that the Ditto transfers to Shedinja, because you get like this Shedinja with like 155 HP stat, although this one's weakened. You go for the protect, double protect, which is fair, and I'm gonna get the KO onto their Among Us, and I will be able to pick up the game. But okay, goodbye, bye Among Us, as we're gonna see Poltergeist into my Kingdra. Yep. And we double protect. Yeah, we double protect this upcoming turn. Then we go for Shadow Sneak. A max Securum, so I don't have to worry about anything. Yeah. Okay, so Shed was actually good in the end game. Yeah. Kyra just seemed really bad against this team. Even if it gave me a Swift Swim, it just seemed really poor. I didn't actually know we were physical, though. I did not know we were... Oh, we're Endure. Wait. I thought we were protect this entire time. Okay, we have Sash anyway, and then we can Endure again. That's actually... I didn't look at the full sets of this team, but oh boy. Okay, Shadow Sneak gonna come out. Actually, should I protect there? I mean, it doesn't matter. I am able to pick up the win. I think they are Choice Scarf and they're locked in, but Shadow Sneak is able to do enough damage to Shedinja. I don't know what Shedinja's base defenses are, because all we care about is like that 1 HP. I think Shedinja's defenses aren't great though. I guess Shadow Sneak was still going to KO in the end, but that's just crazy to think about. Imagine if Shedinja had more than 1 HP. Like, imagine how much annoying it would have been back in previous VGC when there's like sand and hail. You aren't able to like get the weather up just to KO the Shed. Imagine Shed had more HP. Oh, geez. That would have been something, huh? Kyogre, Whimsicott, Regieleki, Calyx, Shadow Rider, Urshifu, and the Indeedee right here. Okay, pretty hyper offensive team. And I mean very hyper offensive. They got a lot of Pokemon that are pretty fragile, but do a lot of damage right here. The Kingdra looks really good here because of the Airstream. Airstream seems super solid, especially with the Swift Swim. Gonna be a little bit hard for my opponent to break through Kingdra as well. So I'm thinking Kingdra's gonna be a lead here. Do I want to bring Shedinja? Because Shedinja could help a little bit. It depends on the Urshifu and the Calyx Shadow Rider. The Focus Sash could be really useful here. I do kind of like it. Landers, I don't think it's really going to help us out too much. Zacian could potentially, although it does seem it's going to be a little bit difficult because my opponent's got some pretty fast Pokemon in themselves. I think I'm going to lead the Kingdra for sure here. Making Kingdra plus Indeedee is actually pretty solid here. I do like Kingdra plus Indeedee because I like having the Psychic Terrain. And I think it's just useful to redirect maybe the Regieleki's attacks, and maybe a Helping Hand could be a nice support. I do like Kyogre in the back as well. And then I am thinking Shedinja as the last Pokemon right here because I think I could set up a Shedinja potential endgame. Especially since I don't really mind leaving the Kyogre around on the field. If the Kyogre is around, I just target the other slot, I believe, because I just do so much damage to whether it's Urshifu, the Calyx, Shadow Rider, or Regieleki. I could aim for those Pokemon and then aim to win for a Shedinja against the Kyogre endgame, because I should be able to win that unless they are maxing the Kyogre and go for Hailstorm. But that means I don't have to worry about other Pokemon that could be potentially Dynamax. So we're going to see the Whimsicott and the Regieleki lead right off here, as I do lead the Kingdra plus Indeedee right here. And this is pretty interesting. Turn one right off the bat. Psychic Terrain's gonna be affected on the field, so I don't have to worry about switcheroo or any of that. What kind of Eleki are you? Are you gonna be physical or special? Because if you're physical, then I'm a little bit scared. But if you're special Eleki, this seems really solid for me to potentially like sneak in Shedinja right here, which is something I could go for right here. Now, do I want to go for that is the question, because it might be valuable. I do kind of like the Shedinja play, and I think just going for an Energy Ball, just getting some chip off into the Regieleki turn one isn't a bad idea here. I think I will aim for this. I do think that Kingdra's the big threat, and they will probably target. I do think this is probably going to be a Tailwind. I could have went for Icy Wind, but I don't know if they're going to stay in Electra. We are going to see a Max here right away coming out from the Kingdra. Is this going to be Airstream? Is this going to be Max Lightning? Because those are questions to be asked right here. I do expect the Whimsicott to go for Tailwind here, because if I did switch into Kyogre and go for the Max Geyser, that would have been devastating, I think, for this Regieleki right here. Let's find out what Eleki it said it is, because it could just be an Airstream right here, which wouldn't have been amazing for me, but it's something I can manage. Max Strike. Oh, that's perfect. And that should be a special set as well. So Moonblast double up into Shedinja. Shedinja coming in for free, basically. I am able to get an Energy Ball off into the Regieleki and get some nice chip right there. That is absolutely perfect. We're able to waste a turn of my opponent's Dynamax, and effectively we have quite a few more tools right here that we can utilize. I do kind of like the go for the Poltergeist into one of these slots here. I think the Whimsicott is actually a pretty good target here, and just protect my Indeedee. I think this is a pretty solid play. Then next turn maybe I could go for a Helping Hand Poltergeist into the Regieleki, and then I have Shadow Seek pressure against my opponent's entire team, I think. So we'll protect here. Oh, it has Max Darkness. Okay, so it has Max Darkness. It does actually have a way to touch my Shedinja. Good to know. But it actually goes for the Indeedee slot. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. They're trying to get rid of my redirection right here. Okay, is it a double up then? Life Orb on the Eleki. They go for the Moonblast, double up into the Indeedee. No Helping Hand is kind of interesting here. Unfortunately, I missed a Poltergeist on the Whimsicott, which is actually kind of unfortunate right here, but that's all right. I think now I'm just going to go for a Follow Me with my Indeedee and just go for that Poltergeist into the Regieleki now, because maybe I could still put in that range of the Shadow Seek later on. We will go for the Follow Me. Let's see if they are able to pick up the Knockout. They go for the Airstream. Perfect. So they actually don't go for the Max Darkness, but they are still going to get that speed boost with both of their Pokemon, which is a little bit unfortunate. I don't think it really changes any numbers too much, other than now Whimsicott does outspeed my Choice Scarf Kyogre right here. I guess they also don't want to change the terrain, because I would really love to be getting some Shadow Sinks off, but that's no longer an option right here. We are going to see a Moonblast come out into the Indeedee, pick up a Knockout. And yeah, a little bit unfortunate right there. However, still very playable. Poltergeist is going to come out, and we do actually hit the Poltergeist, which is nice, into the Eleki. Not bad damage at all. So a pretty successful turn, I would say. Now we could probably go out into Kingdra right here. The Dynamax is over from my opponent's side. I do like going into Kingdra here. And do I want to use up my Sash is the question immediately, because I really don't think I want to use my Sash here if I don't have to. I really like the idea of going for an Airstream potentially with my Kingdra, getting the speed boost right here. And I do think I should go for that. So I am going to switch out here, and I am going to go for I think an Airstream is okay into the Whimsicott slot right here. They can trick the Eject button. They can go for a Tailwind, or they could go for Moonblast. I think either one's okay. I do kind of like the idea of going for, well, what's this Eleki set? Because we saw Max Strike too. I think we just go for the Whimsicott slots. I'm assuming it's Giga Impact on the Eleki, which is actually perfect. So if it is if it's just Giga Impact, that means it's physical Eleki, which is still going to be kind of annoying for my Kyogre. I do want to get my Kyogre in, because I do want the Swift Swim, and I do want the Focus Sash on Shedinja, because I think Shedinja is still very useful in the end game. So it is 4 attacks, I think, on the Eleki, and that it is a physical set. So it should be going, if it decides to Wall Charge my Kingdra, it does go down to its own recoil, which is actually pretty good here. But yeah, let's bring out our Kingdra. If this is the Moonblast here, a little bit unfortunate. It just sucks that I didn't break the Focus Sash from earlier. However, not much I can do here. Wall Charge is actually going to come out into Kingdra. That does so much damage to the Life Orb, but it is going to knock itself out to the recoil right here. So goodbye, Regieleki, as we will be able to get an Airstream up into the Whimsicott slot. And if this isn't Focus Sash on the Whimsicott, it does go down here. Focus Sash, it is confirmed on the Whimsicott, so the Urshifu is not going to be that Focus Sash. You want to assume it's going to be Choice Band at that point, okay? So that's something I do have to consider. I do have an Airstream boost on both Pokemon. Moonblast might come out here. This is going to be Moonblast into the Kingdra slot. Does actually pick up a Knockout, so that I actually was not expecting the double to pick up the Knockout right there. So Kingdra does go down. Shedinja, I mean, it's Shadow Seek range for the Whimsicott, but it can always go for things right here. At least we know that the Calyx can't be a Focus Sash set. We do see the Calyx does come out here. Okay. How many turns of Psychic Terrain are left? Just one more turn, right? I guess this is where having an Endure sucks on my Shedinja right here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's the last turn of Psychic Terrain. I just go for an Origin Pulse right here, because this is going to be an attack from the Calyx. If this is like an offensive Calyx, that's going to suck here. But yeah, not much I can do. I will go for a Poltergeist into the Calyx and an Origin Pulse. I wonder if Whimsicott does go for the Tailwind. I think it should. If it doesn't go for Tailwind, my Kyogre outspeeds because I'm +1 with the Choice Scarf. So yeah, it should always Tailwind here, and Calyx either going to protect or attack, but I imagine attack here to try to get rid of the Shedinja. We do see Tailwind come out from the Whimsicott, as we do see an Astral Barrage is going to do some decent damage right here. I do want to land both attacks here. Specifically, I want to hit the Origin Pulse on the Whimsicott and hit the Poltergeist into the Calyx slot. Astral Barrage did do a huge amount of damage. Please hit the... I think that was the Calyx that missed. Please tell me that was the Calyx I missed. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Hit the Poltergeist because this can't be Focus Sash Calyx, so it always goes on the Poltergeist here from my Shedinja. Poltergeist does attack the Choice Specs. Okay, perfect. So we are able to get a Poltergeist off into the Calyx. Does pick up the knockout right there. All right, this is a really close end game because I have +1 speed on my Kyogre with a Choice Scarf here. And if the last Pokemon's are Shifu, kind of questionable. We are going to see the last Pokemon actually be the Kyogre. So this game actually should be sealed. I think Shedinja just picks up the win right here. And that is perfect. So I am able to go for Origin Pulse and a Poltergeist right here. Unless this Kyogre has something. Does this Kyogre have something? Does this Kyogre actually have something? No, battle's going to be forfeit. And Shedinja just being too good in this end game right here. And that's kind of the threat. The Alakee was way more threatening than I thought. I didn't think Wall Charge, even with the Life Orb, plus a Moonblast from Whimsicott, would actually be able to pick up a knockout into my Kingdra through Dynamax. That's actually kind of insane. That Wall Charge actually did so much damage, but I think the turn one, I guess since I thought they were Max Strike off Hyper Beam, but then they revealed the Darkness and it was a physical Alakee apparently, so that ended up screwing me over. But I guess I got lucky where they didn't exactly go for the targets, I think, into the shed immediately, because if I lost my Focus Sash, it could have been a different game. I'd probably have been forced to endure on the Calyx Astral Barrage and then hope that the last Pokemon isn't a Mon that could hit or Shedinja, because I could Shadow Stake the Calyx afterward if it is that higher end game. But if it's Urshifu, I kind of needed the Focus Sash and I needed to take the KO onto Calyx, and then probably have played an Ally Switch Mind game, which is what I was thinking of, because I think Kyogre would maybe be able to outspeed Urshifu with the Choice Scarf and a +1 speed compared to just the Urshifu under Tailwind. But it seemed like it would probably be a Choice Urshifu, so it could have been Sucker Punch Mind games right there. That's why I felt like I might have had to Ally Switch in the late game, but thankfully it was the Kyogre able to seal things off. Shedinja just able to kind of sit on my opponent right there and actually do a good amount of spread damage as well. Palkia, Porygon 2, Calyx, Ice Rider, Zacian, Amoonguss, and Incineroar. This matchup looks a little bit tough depending on the Palkia set mainly. We do have a Calyx. I mean, this Pokemon kind of walls Calyx Ice Rider. Depending on the Palkia set, could wall the Palkia too. But of course, there are issues, specifically foul play on the Porygon 2, which I think they mostly do run here. Could be a little bit scary. This is a difficult one for sure. This is definitely going to be a difficult one. I imagine they have to lead what? I think it has to be Amoonguss plus Palkia lead. I can't really imagine anything else going to be leading here. I think I have to bring Zacian Indeedee here with like Shedinja plus Kyogre in the back. Yeah, this just seems tough. I mean, Kingdra could put in work here. Oh, I guess also, what am I maxing? Yeah, if I bring Kyogre, not anything, right? I think I actually have to do Kingdra. Oh, this is gonna be, this is such a this is matchup wise, I don't know this matchup. I know this team must have some plan against the Calyx Ice Riders plus Palkia teams, because they were pretty common in the IC. So there must be a game plan, but I have no idea what it would be here. Let's find out. It's going to be a Palkia Amoonguss lead. Yeah, that's pretty much to be expected right here, as we are going to lead our Zacian plus our Indeedee right off the bat. I could go for the Helping Hand Behemoth Blade turn one. I think I'd rather just go for the Play Rough here. I think Play Rough is pretty safe. I wish I actually had the goggles now, because having the goggles would be really nice here. Or Expanding Force. Expanding Force would be really nice here. I think we just go for a Helping Hand Play Rough here. I do think I go for that. Because what if Amoonguss goes for Protect? I feel like if you're already I feel like in order to secure, this is tough. Do I expect the Amoonguss to Protect or not? Because if I expect Amoonguss to Protect, Play Rough to Palkia is always the right play. If I expect the Amoonguss to just Rage Powder, then just attacking the Amoonguss is always the right play. I think I'm just gonna go for the KO on Amoonguss here. Let's find out. Because I can't really afford spores. Amoonguss could have the Hex or Foul Play potentially, because they do run those options. Hex to activate a weakness policy. Foul Play to go for the Shadow Rider Calyxes. Let's find out. If it's Protect, I'm gonna like maul that I didn't play rough. Okay, they did just for H powder. Okay, thankfully I get to knock on Amoonguss. Sure, they're gonna get a free switch, but I still think it's better at the end of the day. We will go for the Behemoth Blade right here into the Amoonguss. So Amoonguss goes down. Oh, Focus Sash. Okay. So Focus Sash is gonna come out. We're gonna see Trick Room come out. All right. One turn of Trick Room on the board. I gotta stall out 4 turns of Trick Room. Let's start our. Let's just start right here. I think we don't protect. They could make some pretty aggressive plays though. They could go for. I'm not sure if they're gonna Dynamax the Palkia. Definitely an option here. What are you gonna do for your Amoonguss? Are you gonna keep Rage Powdering, or are you going to Spore here? Because next turn, if you Spore, I might want to play rough. I just don't know if you want Dynamax Palkia, because if you Dynamax Palkia, you're playing mind games, I think, with Shedinja, which is not exactly something you want to see there, I think, if you're my opponent. Stalling out max turns with Shedinja is definitely a viable option for me. I think just a safe place to double protect here. We'll find out. We are going to see the Dynamax from Palkia. Okay, so I don't have to worry about... Okay, that's actually really nice for me, because I don't have to worry about Hailstorm in the rest of the game. Unless the Palkia has either Blizzard or Fire move, I should be okay. But this might be Max Dragon into my Entity. I think that's an okay trade-off here, though. Yeah, I think that'd be an okay trade-off. Let's find out. The only problem is also my Shed has Endure and not Protect. So I'm vulnerable to the Spore since I brought my own Psychic Terrain here. We go for the Protect with both Pokemon here. We're going to see a Spore come out into the Entity. So I could have went for the Play Rough, but I didn't want to go super aggressive here. Max Quake just going to be fired off. Okay, so not Dragon here. Going to target down the Zacian and get some chip damage. All right. Fair. Very fair. Okay, one turn. The Trick Room stalled out here. You think Palkia would max guard this turn in a Spore? I feel like you're not. I feel like you're just going to go for attacks at this point. I'm going to go for a Play Rough here. Target down the Palkia and follow me, I think. Or do I take the knock on Amoonguss because I don't like the Spore option? The thing is, if I do target the Amoonguss, I'm trying to think about the next turn. That means my Entity is asleep. My Zacian takes way too much damage. My Zacian is already weakened. There's a Calyx Ice right in the back. Yeah, I'd rather just get the damage into Palkia if I can. I don't know if this is Pollen Puff though. We are going to see the swap from Amoonguss though. Harden and Incineroar. Porygon 2. Oh, wait, you didn't... Are you Dragoning here? Because if you don't Dragon, this is really awkward for you. Yes, the Interpret Sword. Okay. That's cool. I'm able to get a Follow Me off with the Entity. Okay. And Whirlwind does come out. Okay, so no Spore is just really nice here, and my Entity is able to survive these attacks, and I get a huge amount of damage into Palkia. Like, this is looking really good right here because I'm able to get a good amount of damage into the Palkia with Play Rough. So here comes a Play Rough. Good amount of damage to the Palkia. About half. That's weakening it for my Kingdra. Attack drop doesn't really matter. I want to go for Play Rough again, or I don't know. They did get the regenerative health with Amoonguss. Porygon's just sitting here, not really doing much. I'm just trying to think of, do I take the knockout on Kingdra? Because I don't think I need to take the knockout on Kingdra, at least just yet. I feel like it's not necessary. I think I'm just going to double protect here. Yeah, I'm just going to double protect. Because if they double back into Amoonguss for the Porygon, I think that's okay here. Yeah, we're going to see the Porygon retreat here into the Amoonguss. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. I think that's a smart play from my opponent's end. And I could have capitalized, right? I could have went for Follow Me and Behemoth Blade. Maybe take the KO on the Amoonguss here. But I mean, at this point in the game, I'm going to get like a... I think it's all right because I'm going to be able to get a Behemoth Blade off into the Porygon slot, and I could just Follow Me the next turn. They're going to go for a Quake, which is fine. They didn't even lower my attack on Zacian again, so Zacian is still going to be able to remain on the field. I'm like pretty happy about this position, I think, for the most part. I think I just go for a Play Rough into the Palkia, actually, and Follow Me here with my Entity, because if they go for a Spore, that's okay here. If they go for Rage Powder, I don't think they're going to Rage Powder though. I think it's Protect, or I think it's either Protect the Amoonguss or switch out again. And I could always deal with the Amoonguss later on, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I'm going to Follow Me here with Entity, and I'm going to Play Rough the Palkia. I could see Protect from Amoonguss because they might think I'm going to Behemoth Blade that slot. And if that's the case, I'm able to get, because they have to Spore with Amoonguss before the Palkia attacks if they do go for the Spore. And that means they kind of just like give me a Pokemon with my Zacian right here, which I think is like in a completely okay trade-off. This could be scary though. They could get our... Oh, they're going to swap out the Palkia and the Porygon? Good play on their part. Let's see if the Amoonguss... Okay. Like a Surge still on. Follow Me comes out. This might not be as easy as I think now. Spore is going to come out into the Indeedee. All right. So I could have taken the KO on Amoonguss. That would have been really nice. I was very much fearing a Protect play. Play Rough does connect into the Porygon. Does do a solid amount to the Porygon. Okay. I guess the thing is they have some really passive Pokemon out on the field right now, which is kind of good for me. But at the same time, like I kind of survived that Trick Room. I wouldn't say unscathed. I have 2 weakened Pokemon right here, but they can pick up knockouts, I think, at the current moment. I think I always just Behemoth Blade the... Well, Sacred Source not KOing the Porygon. Amoonguss is probably either going to Protect or go for the Spore, attempting the Zacian. This is kind of the thing that I was worried about. Trick Room. Like, they are able to set up another Trick Room, and this is kind of concerning now. I guess we just Behemoth Blade and Follow Me. Or just take a Sleep Turn with Indeedee, because Indeedee is always going to take that Sleep Turn. Yeah, so no Protect here. Rage Powder potentially? No, it's just a Spore attempt. Okay. So I'm able to get rid of the Amoonguss, which is good for me. And then what's coming out afterward is my question. What's coming out afterward? Because I am able to KO the Amoonguss. However, do I have enough resources to beat? Because like I got rid of Amoonguss. I don't think that their Palkia has... I think it has to be Hydro Pump. So if I get rid of Porygon, I think I win the game. Alex comes out. I don't know if this is Glacial Lance or Follow Me though. I think we protect our Zacian here and we go back into Shed here. I do have a turn to buy with Shed at least. I Dynamax Shed. Does Dynamax Shed KO Calyx? No shot it KOs Calyx. No shot. I don't know what the Porygon's gonna do here. I think it's gonna foul play a slot. I just don't know into which slot. I think I just go for a safe play and just swap out the Indeedee. And we'll find out. I also wish we had Protect over Endure on this right here. Spring protects the Zacian right here. Glacial Land's going to come out. Yep, no, it's just not surprising. I imagine that this is a foul play double up into the Zacian, but let's see if it actually is into the Shed. It's a foul play into... Okay, perfect. That's really ideal. Okay, that's really ideal that they did not take the knockout right there. I do think that Kingdra can win in the end game. I just got to make sure it does. I go out into... I think I sack Indeedee at this point. And ally switch, right? I think I ally switch. I think it's my best offensive play here. Because they're going to high horsepower my Zacian here, I think, and go for a foul play with the thing. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm going to ally switch. I think I'm in a down position and I don't want to give them a policy boost on the Calyx unless I absolutely forced to, because I do think that Kingdra can win this game under the right conditions. So I'm just trying to set up for the Kingdra right here. I am going to go for the ally switch here. I don't know if they're going to go for the foul play. If they went for Glacial Lance, really good play on their part. Let's find out if they do, but I do expect high horsepower in the foul play. High horsepower does come out. Perfect. Into the Shed slot, and we're going to see a foul play into... They doubled the Shed. Oh, okay. Good play on their part. I think that's fine. Also stalling out Trick Room turns regardless, so I think it's okay in the long run. In terms of Trick Room left, I want them to take the knockout here, so I'm going to Endure with the Shed. Good double target into that slot. Endure seems like the play here with the Shed. I think just hard sack the Indeedee and try to Follow Me, I guess. Okay. Endure with the Shed. Kind of wish I had Protect. Protect would have been useful. Okay, Follow Me goes off, but it doesn't really matter here. Okay. Oh, they went for the double Trick Room here immediately. Huh. Good play on their part. This is probably okay long term since my Indeedee actually woke up here. I think I'm just going to throw off a Poltergeist into the Calyx slot and I'm going to Protect here, and then I'm going to aim for... Ooh, good play on their part. Because it caught my... It caught me there. Okay. Glacial Land's going to come out. That's fine. Please foul play into the Shed slot. I want the Shed knocked out. If I get the Poltergeist, I guess I get a good amount of damage, but yeah, that's fine. Foul play does come out. Perfect. Okay. I got a pretty good position here to bring out either Zacian or Kingdra. Which one do I want to go for is the question here. That was turn 2 of Trick Room. So 3 more turns of Trick Room. I think I have to take knockouts right here. Now the question is, what do I take the knockout with? Zacian here or Kingdra? I think it's Kingdra here. I think it's Kingdra, and I think I Helping Hand Max Dragon the Porygon. Because I don't think I can knock out the Calyx anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna Helping Hand Max Dragon the Porygon. Or do I swap out the Indie? I don't think I knock out the Porygon though if I don't go for this. I think I just go for the Helping Hand Max Dragon. It doesn't knock out the Calyx, so I might as well just go for the Porygon slot. If it recovers, that's fine. If it Eerie Impulses, that's okay. Eerie Impulse would actually be the best situation because it doesn't affect me in this spot. I think we go for the Dragon, get this attack drop onto their Calyx, so it's back to neutral after it takes this huge amount of hit. And then I think it's a mind game between Zacian, Protect, or not. I think that's a big one. Let's find out. I wish I had Max Guard on Kingdra, because Max Guard on Kingdra could also like be really helpful here. I do get the Helping Hand here. Glacial Lance is going to come out, which is going to pick up a knockout onto the Indie. A huge amount of damage to Kingdra too. So we'll find out. Also, Porygon Foul Plate. How much does the Foul Play do? Because I'm actually invested in attack, which is exactly great. Okay, they went for the Eerie Impulse, thankfully. Okay. Gives me an out. Gives me an out. Max Dragon does come out into the Porygon. Does pick up a knockout right here. Okay. I guess the problem is that the Calyx... Oh, Spatial Run KOs my Kingdra, right? Yeah, I think Spatial Run KOs my Kingdra. If it doesn't, I could still win this game. If it does... We'll find out, I suppose. I could also go for a high horsepower miss out, which also might be an option. I mean, they have to hit high horsepower and they have to hit Spatial Run too. So I guess this isn't technically an over game. I'm going to go for a Max Dragon here. Well, I'm forced to go for a max attack anyway, right? I go for the Palkia slot. Now, the question is, what do I do with Zacian? Do I go for the Behemoth Blade or do I go for a Protect? Because it comes down to this. I don't know how much Spatial Run does. I think Spatial Run could miss the knockout here. So I might have to protect Zacian. I think I should protect Zacian. I think we go for it. I think I go for either Spatial Run. I think I go for Spatial Run miss. I think they high horsepower and Spatial Run here. They Glacial Lance. Okay. I should have Behemoth Blade then. Wait, no, they are powered. Okay. Wait, that's huge because I get the KO on Palkia and I get the -1 attack off into the... Okay. I guess they really didn't want to miss then. They really did not want to miss. Okay. Crit on Palkia does not matter in this case. Does Kingdra have enough life orb or HP for life orb? Yes, it does. Okay. Come back. Possible. I say possible because I need to max Geyser here and because this is the last turn of Trick Room. It's the last turn of Trick Room, so I can go for a max Geyser here into the Calyx slot and the Behemoth Blade here into the Calyx. Yeah, they're -1 attack. I don't know if Zacian lives, but I'm hoping that max Geyser until Liquidation KOs the Calyx slot. I will find out. It is Life Orb after all. Oh, Zacian just survives. Whew. Good thing I did not go for the Behemoth Blade with Zacian that last turn. We do get a max Geyser off into the Calyx. Wow, that did a lot less than I thought, actually. Holy cow, that did a lot less than I thought. The heck? That's a max Geyser for Kingdra. I guess I would have had to go for a Waterfall Flinch, and I would have to live the next Life Orb hit, but I'm able to secure the game with Calyx. Whew, my opponent, thankfully, did not want to click the inaccurate moves, and I can understand that because you're so close to winning this game. You got a really good double Trick Room off, which was a really solid play on my opponent's part, but did not commit into the end game, did not take the risk right there. And yeah, I was able to find my one out, them tarting down the Zacian slot and not picking up the knock on Kingdra, so I could get the Dragon off into the Palkia in the end game, and that's what ended up allowing me to win. I do think my opponent made some really smart plays, and I do think that I could have capitalized a little bit more. For instance, maybe I could have taken some earlier knockouts right there. There were definitely a few opportunities to, that I could have made a bit more aggressions, and thankfully that Protect on Zacian was huge. And that is the show. Shedinja, oh boy, I faced this Pokemon like 5 times in the International Challenge. I faced like this kind of team like 2 different times in the IC as well, and I didn't win a single time against Shedinja, and it is a tough Pokemon to crack if you are a Kyogre Zacian player. And yeah, the mind games with the safety goggles and the focus sash really is something right there. If you did enjoy today's video though, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to check out the details of the team and the creator, available in the description down below, and make sure you grab the rental code while you have the access to. But that's gonna be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.